Hey there, Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here. Let's talk about how presence of mind can help us supersize and grow our business. Presence of mind, the idea of being present in the present moment, has been around since 14th century when presence became a focus on, I guess, ability to be present, to be in the present moment, to focus. It became really popular when Eckhart Tolle wrote his book, Now, or I can't remember the exact title of it, but I read it when it first came out and found it fascinating how much time I don't spend being mindful, being present. So what is presence of mind and how can that help us to grow and build our business? Presence of mind it's a calm state of mind, and it allows us to make better decisions. It allows us to focus on the present moment. It allows us to deal with difficult or challenging situations and emergencies. Right now, we've all, as we're growing and supersizing our business, had the opportunity to solve problems and challenges. But I've found that most of my business challenges have paled in comparison to some of the other life challenges that I've had to face. When I was 3, I cracked my head open and was, gushing blood out of my head and had to deal with that. And so from that point on, emergencies, I discovered, were best handled in a calm manner. And then after the fact, when you have time to think about what happened, you can freak out if you need to. That served me well throughout my corporate career. When my first job out of college, one of my coworkers cut his finger off in a manufacturing plant, and everyone else was panicking. I'm like, we need to find the finger, we need to stop the bleeding, and we need to get him to the hospital. And then after the fact, I was a little panicky and jittery, and I remember going out with my other coworkers and having a drink after the whole incident had been resolved. But we had to take care of the person first, then the situation, then we had to have cool heads about us to handle the emergency. We had to be present and figure out what was most important in handling the emergency. We couldn't lose our heads and go off half-cocked in all different directions, which is what was actually going on. Stitches and accidents for my kids. I always knew that I had to put on a brave face and be calm no matter what was going on with them. I remember my ex-husband brought my daughter home one day. They had been out wakeboarding, and he threw her off the boat, and she got her knee caught and hit part of the boat on the way in, and she had this big old gash on her leg. And they're like, well, I wonder if I should take her to the doctor. I'm like, doctor, stitches now. So things like that, and concussions and snowboarding accidents and things. Once you've dealt with those things with your kids, or including death of loved ones, and I think that was probably the hardest, was when my father and my grandmother passed away. But once you've dealt with those things and you're present during them, everything else, all of our business challenges and problems pale by comparison. And hopefully you don't have some of those references, but you can learn from other people's. But all of it culminates in when we are in the emergency, in the moment. If we are present, both we're watching the events go on, but if we take a second, take a deep breath, and bring our ability to calmly assess the situation and make decisions and choices, it helps our decision making, it helps our leadership, and it makes sure that our business is going in the right direction. So how do we do this? Number one, there's a couple of ways we can increase our presence. One, conquer our inner critic. Tell our inner critic, no matter what's going on, we can handle it. No negative self-talk, especially during emergencies, but all the time. The more conscious we are of the voices that are going on in our head all the time, we want to turn that critic into a cheerleader. And that will help us have more confidence when we are in a situation where we have to make life or death decisions, right? We want to define our unique contribution. What are we here to do, and how are we here to serve our people? If we know that, it's easy to be present and live in alignment with that, which helps to be consistent and focused and available to the people that we're serving. Because as business owners, we are serving not only our end customers, but the people that are a part of our organization, both our teammates, our employees, our co-partners in activities and projects that we're doing. Another way to increase our presence of mind is to focus on other people. Focus on what we're giving, not necessarily on what we're getting. Focus on understanding, not being understood. Focus on being 100% involved and engaged in the experience that you're having. Number 4, we want to move forward with intention. We want to know where we're going. We want to be clear on that. And as long as we're taking steps toward that and we're consistently doing that, people will see that and understand that as well. And then another characteristic of being present is being willing to take action, make decisions and choices, and move, right? Especially in difficult situations or challenging times. The companies that have survived COVID are those that were willing to do these things, be present and say, okay, this just went down. Now what are we going to do about it? We're not just going to roll over, bide our time, and play dead. We need to figure this out so that we can not only survive but thrive during these crazy times. So curious, your experience with presence of mind. Have you found that being present and being more mindful in your business has helped you to grow and supersize it? I would love to hear something about that. Have an awesome day, and I will be with you tomorrow with another mental well-being related idiom for the month of March. Have an awesome day, and I guess it's Friday, so have an awesome weekend as well. But I'll see you tomorrow.